So game starts when we press begin in the screen.
Yeah. So,
Right.
3, 2, 1, go.
We are off. Yeah, first there's a prologue where you don't have the dash yet. It's sort of a tutorial level where you finally achieve the dash or learn how to dash.
Oh!
Uh-oh. Do we have a prologue yet?
I pressed start too early.
Oh man.
Prologue is hard.
Yeah, it is.
So then we go to Forsaken City, which is the first stage. Or first chapter. And now we can dash. Oops.
Yeah, at the end of the prologue there's a cutscene where you essentially learn how to dash, but in one of the patches for this game, the developers added an option where you can skip that cutscene. In each level of this game, or chapter rather, there's always something new that kind of you have to toy around with. And there's these traffic blocks in Forsaken City that kind of they just move around when you touch them.
Oh, that was close. Oh. Can I save this? I couldn't. That was close.
Alright. Yeah, we don't really get to see the whole lore of this game in speedruns because we can skip all the cutscenes.
Yeah.
So I really recommend playing this game casually as well, so you can really find out what it's about. And yeah, in the next level we will get these new kind of I don't know, these are cool. These are called space blocks usually. And when you dash into them, you just kind of move directly through them. And they also have really funny sound effects that we can hear soonish. And yeah, then there's this chasing sequence where, well, there's just this ominous character that somehow is part of you or something, and she's just chasing you around, and if she touches you, you will have to restart the screen, as we see there.
Hopefully she will not catch us. But
Yeah.
that does tend to happen. Oh, like that. So these are some really long stages where you do not want to die.
Yeah, like in the end of the chasing sequence.
Loses a lot of time.
Yeah, that was the chapter 2. And next level is essentially just a hodl that you find in this mountain, and there's this, well, kind of an ominous host in the hodl.
You don't want to hit these springs like I'm doing because it slows you down a lot.
Yeah, in this chapter, the main new thing is these dust bunnies, the red moving things. And I don't know, this chapter is just heavily you just gotta keep in mind the cycles that you have in each
this
room.
is really cycle based in a lot of places. Like the first room has a really tight cycle that is pretty hard to get. This is a game that requires quite a lot of focus, and you need to remember what room comes next.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you know what you need to do.
Yeah, I guess when you start to speedrun this game, one of the hardest parts is just remembering which room is next, and when you enter a new room in high speed, it can be kind of hard to remember what it is, and if you don't remember, essentially you will get more deaths because you just hit stuff you're not supposed to hit.
Yeah, I missed the quick cycle there. Navigating the huge mess is harder than it seems. Like if you want to go fast.
Yeah, it's really hard to go truly fast with all your abilities there.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't know about this chapter. Just for speedruns, it's really hard early game chapter.
There's a spike jump there.
Yeah, the first two chapters, they are kind of easy. Or what do you think? Compared to especially this one.
Yeah, the difficulty ramps up pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Yeah, when you will essentially in the first part, which is called pretty much what am I doing?
Oh.
Which is called the huge mess, you clear up these 3 different branches here and then advance to the next area.
I got confused because I died in the room. Because there's a cycle when you first enter the room, and then there's a different cycle if you die in the room.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of the time you kinda gotta remember both of them. Especially that's what I recommend when you first start with this game. Oh man. This chapter is not going too well for me. How about you?
I've got a few deaths, but not that bad. This room is my nemesis.
Yeah, like the thing you saw there, me doing is called a demo dash, and it's like really simply explained. It's just a crouch dash, and these spike walls or dust bunny walls, they're like not completely solid, so you can actually like in crouch position you can just dash some parts.
Oops, not options. Skip cutscene, thank you. So now Oshiro is chasing us. Oh, I got a bad cycle now. What was this cycle? This, thank you. Oh crap.
Kind of just slowed down there on the last screen because it's definitely the longest room of that Oshiro chase. That is the final part where this.
Yeah, you don't want to die like in the later parts of the room because it's really long. And that tends to happen in all of my runs. No, like that. Like I was in the like
yeah, this next chapter that I already entered is just, I don't know, it's kind of like part of the mountain where there's like really windy. Golden Ridge is the name of this chapter. And yeah, especially the last part, the wind gets really, really hard. And well, it can be kind of hard to learn how to play each room there, but
the
we'll
wind
get to
is
that
not
part
fun.
later.
I do not like it.
And in this chapter, like another mechanic we are introduced to is the auto-scroller blocks that they kind of just move really slowly, and there's like some rooms where you can actually skip the whole auto-scrolling part. And yeah, all the speed tech that I mentioned in the start of the run really helps when you try to advance through the windy rooms. And if you watch like best players clear the rooms, sometimes it kind of seems like there's like no wind at all.
My game just froze.
Oh wow. Oh no, okay.
For like a few seconds. Glad I was in the vertical room there.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Corner jump again. And boost, and boost. Nope, didn't get the second boost. Have to take this block.
Okay. Yeah, the wind really screws you over sometimes.
Yeah.
Like this last part is definitely like the hardest part of this chapter to learn, like to do really fast. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, there's snowballs that are coming right at you at your position, and then there's the really high wind that pushes you back.
Oh no. Yeah, it's just like the worst part of this chapter is when you're like completely in the end of the screen and then you're thinking that, okay, I guess that was the last snowball, and then there's like that one last snowball just coming at your face. And that was that chapter. Now we will just... There's a cutscene where we enter the ski lift and just advance in the mountain further.
So when we've got this really high wind, you don't want to jump on the walls, you want to climb up them, because if you jump at the end, it'll probably push you off the ledge again.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get your dash back if you land on the snowball, but if it hits you head on, you die.
Yeah, I could talk about this next chapter for a little bit. It's this really weird temple and there's like a bunch of stuff going on here. Weird creatures and stuff like that. Theo, the other NPC, gets trapped, and yeah, there's actually like two roads you can take here. One is the B-side road that, well, some players take, and then there's also the A-side road. And the A-sides are like the chapters that we usually clear to advance in the run. But actually, there's like a tape in each chapter that you need to pick up to unlock the like corresponding B-side of that chapter. And it turns out that picking up the tape in this chapter is most of the time faster than doing the A-side.
B-sides are harder, but they are shorter, and sometimes they're faster than they're faster to do than the A-sides.
Yeah, like I think currently there's like 2 chapters where B-side can be faster if you are a really good player. Chapter 5 and chapter 6 correspondingly.
They're like the only ones right now. I don't think chapter 6 is still used in any runs, but I haven't checked lately.
At least Taz does it, and some players even. Alright. There was some really difficult trick that I did there, or difficult, but it saves approximately 40 seconds in this B-side. Essentially, I just enter the next room, but I drop back to the previous room, and it somehow checks my checkpoint to the other side of the room, and it lets me advance through the level in a really fast manner. I think the main part in this B-side that is actually like hard is the fact that most of the rooms are really long, so if you die in these rooms, it can cost lots of time, so you really have to know what you're doing.
Yeah. Kaleva is taking the B-side. I haven't practiced it yet, so I'm at a bit of a disadvantage here, but...
Yeah, not if I die like a bunch of times in each room, but we'll have to see. It's kind of a cool race because we take each road, so you can see both of those. Even though Celeste is really linear game and there's no really options to do whatever you want.
So here we see Seekers. They
Oh no.
oh, I messed up that room completely. I still got it pretty fast. They charge at you and they try to kill you. And their explosions can activate these switches that we need to progress. So sometimes we position ourselves so that their charge hits one of the locks, or they explode right next to one.
I'm kind of disappointed that we have your audio, because this level has really good music.
The B-side music is really great.
Yeah, you should listen to those if you play this game.
The B-side has remixes of the songs, and most of them are just straight up bangers.
Yeah. I think all of those are, but... Oh man. Okay, what is going on here?
Oh, that's not the dash that I wanted.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm really close to finishing this level, and yeah. You finish a B-side by grabbing that, dashing into that heart at the end of the level. And yeah, finishing the B-side lets me advance to the next chapter, essentially.
So now I have the Theo carrying part on the A side, and this is pretty long and really hard to do very quickly. Since you can't dash when you're holding Theo, you need to do a dash and then grab Theo to move like optimally here. And right now I'm not doing that great. Let's do that. Thank you. So we can still wall bounce while holding Theo, so that room is a bit faster like that. Oh, I got left under the gate. That can happen. Let's see if I get this. Nope, don't go there. Go there. Thank you.
In this next chapter, which is called Reflection, we are kind of at the bottom of the mountain because, well, some stuff happens at the story.
This is bad. I dashed too early.
And yeah, one new mechanic that's introduced in this chapter is, or actually two new mechanics, are these golden feathers. And you can just, I don't know, you can just fly with this. And then there's the, what do you even call those? Are they like Kevin blocks or something?
Kevin's, yeah.
Yeah. And
or covered muffins.
Yeah.
If you watch the tasks in SGDQ. Oh, now he pushed Theo into the. So yeah, if the Seeker hits Theo while I'm holding Theo, Theo gets pushed out of my hands. And I died to the door again because I didn't throw Theo to the next room. So yeah, I had an okay A side of chapter 5, like a sub 7 minute, but the B side is that much faster that Kaleva is like halfway into the next chapter already.
Yeah, it is like that sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I've had those chapter B plus A sides where I lose like 40 seconds to my A side PB, so it can be pretty much anything.
The deaths on the B side aren't that forgiving as they are on the A side.
Yeah, and then there's also the difficult trick that you always pretty much want to attempt.
Yeah.
The drop that I did in start of the chapter. Oh no, okay. Let's see if I can... That's a really big death.
Oops.
There's these really small gaps between the spikes here in this vertical section, and yeah, if you die there and don't grab the middle checkpoint of that room, it can be very costly. Yeah, I'm pretty much at the last section of this chapter, and we can use that block to boost our way really quickly to this
Oops, I messed up.
battle-in fight. And here this ominous character really gets mad at us, and we need to kind of defeat her.
So I'm trying to hyper off of this Kevin block, but so I can do that quicker, but it's not working as intended. And hypering off of moving blocks gives you extra speed, which just right there killed me. Nope. So you're supposed to take the Kevin block here, but you can just do an extended dash and skip using the Kevin. And the same here. Can do extended dash jumps, skip using the Kevins. I cannot grab this wall for some reason.
Oh yeah, like there's like 3 different techs so that you in this chapter. Like the one tech is these pinball blocks that I think you will see those.
Yeah.
More, and even I will. But yeah, they're kind of weird. You just dash into them or jump into them and you are bounced into the direction.
I did a regular dash.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, that's a costly death. I'm currently at the last room of this battle-in fight, and yeah, I don't know.
It's a pretty long room. Deaths are there really costly usually.
Yeah, usually the last rooms are always the longest, so I don't know what's with that, but I guess it makes sense.
So in this room, you're like there's a few places where you can just drop down from. You're normally supposed to go all the way like across that room twice. Actually 3 times, now that I think about it. But just dropping down through those conveniently placed gaps makes it a lot faster.
Alright, so now that I'm done with chapter 6, I'm gonna move the last chapter, and in the end of the reflection chapter, chapter 6, we got this ability so we can dash 2 times in the air now. And yeah, in this last chapter, it's going to be essentially like we're regaining our like progress back, because in the chapter 6 we fell to the bottom of the mountain, and yeah, with the help of the new ability we will try to progress again in this last chapter of the game, or the any percent rather. There's like one more chapter that is not required for any percent. Yeah, we can see that the Battlein is actually helping us in this chapter now. We kind of left the things that we had with her to the past. Yeah, as you can see, this part where I'm at is just Forsaken City again, but there's like, well, different screens of course, because it would be kind of boring to do the Forsaken City like completely again. Yeah, the next section is obviously the old side. Now that we have the 2 dashes, we can actually hyper dash out of these space blocks when it's really useful. The timing for that, at least for me, has been kind of weird. As we can see there, I just accidentally just down diagonal dashed from the hyper block. That's like, it has been like a huge problem for me, but I guess it gets better. And yeah, if you make those mistakes, like especially at the end of these screens, it can cost lots of time. Oh man, what am I doing? That's like 3 retries in one room. Ouch. What am I doing exactly?
That was a pretty clean Battlein fight.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, even though we are doing the resort, Celestial Resort, the hodl again, we won't see the Mr. Oshiro, the host of the hodl here. I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. Probably fortunate.
Oshiro does show up on... I don't think he actually shows up on Summit B side either.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, this is kind of a weird screen. We can actually just get up there with the help of our dashes. And I don't know, this is kind of a secret road that turns out to be faster than the normal road here. Especially if you don't die. Like I did. Oh no. There we go again. What am I doing? Damn. Yeah, there's this long autoscroller section here again. But if you was playing well enough, you won't need this block at all. And I'm kind of trying to show it off here.
Yeah, there's a way you can skip using the block.
We go. Requires some really precise dashes. Yeah, I don't know. I think Celeste is like one of those speed games where it's kind of hard to sometimes find time to talk about the game because how much you have to focus. So
you need to focus on this game like really hard if you want to go fast.
Yeah, not die. Which is of course going slow, like really slow. At least most of the time. I think there's like few intentional deaths in this run as well. Like 1 or 2. At least 1, if I remember correctly. And here's this like funny skip where I can just jump. It looks like I touched those spikes, but yeah. You can actually just wall bounce from there and get that key without doing the intentional thing. Normally you would go down there and pick up one of these red bubbles to go up there. And yeah, here's the notorious door skips. And yeah. Fortunately I got those first try. That's always nice. And yeah, now I actually cleared all the sections like of the previous chapter, so now there's just the final stretch where, well, this is like the peak of the mountain, and there's like these 30 flags that work as checkpoints here. Oh man, no.
Hitting that last one is tough.
Yeah.
No. Oh. I got lucky.
Yeah, even though this isn't Golden Ridge anymore, it's really windy here and it can make this section kind of hard. Especially the first part, where there's like a really hard downward wind and it just pushes you down constantly, and I don't know, especially for casual playthroughs, I found that part terrible.
Come on. I'm not getting that corner boost. Come on.
Ugh. You can do it.
There we go. That took way too long.
At least you didn't die there.
That's really if I would have died, that would have been really bad.
yeah, there was a like downward wind section, and now there's like wind section where the wind pushes you upwards. And I don't know. The worst part of this section is probably the long, like really long screens or like flags. And yeah, from what I know, they have killed like plenty of any percent runs and all kinds of runs for different runners of this game, even for me. Or rather, obviously for me as well.
Summit is where my runs come to die.
Yeah, it's kind of those. It's a really long chapter, longest chapter of the game, obviously, because, well, you have to advance through all the previous chapters, and then there's the final stretch as well, so...
Yeah, and lots of the rooms in Summit are really long, so deaths in Summit take a lot of time.
Yeah. Oh no, I hate this flag. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, that went pretty well. Getting that... Oh no. Alright, let's see.
Oh, didn't get the extended hyper. There we go. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. One more try. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, time is coming up for me really soonish. Am I gonna press the time for myself?
It's gonna stop my timer too.
Alright. Yeah,
I
we can
think.
see my time there on the screen right now. I don't know. It's alright for me. Yeah, we can see in this final screen, Madeline is just chilling on top of the mountain.
No, not like that.
There we go. You made it through the downward wind section.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah, like some top players also, like, they don't even... You have to actually like land on the platform where the flag is, so that activates the checkpoint. And top players, they skip some flags, and yeah, it can be really expensive if you die on like the flag after that.
Nope. This is a really long section that you don't want to die on, which I just did.
Oh, really nice. Yeah, there you actually skipped that one flag. most of the players do that.
Nope, can't do that.
Oh. Yeah, I think actually also like one thing that casual players also miss is that when you run out of stamina with your character, you can actually still manage to climb like steep surfaces by neutral jumping. Nice. That's a really hard flag.
Should have just retried.
I'm really
there.
glad you grabbed that checkpoint there.
Nope. That might actually be a PB.
Nice. GG.
I'm not actually entirely sure, but I think that is a PB.
That's
I need
really
to check.
cool.
So yeah, that was a game about climbing a mountain.
We both did it. Yay. And yeah, there's the time as well. Woohoo.
Whew.
You actually got less deaths than me. So that's nice, I guess.
How much did I get actually? I didn't
68,
even check.
I got 75.
68, yeah. Well, that was Celeste. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.